Greetings, this is Brand 1969 and I'm on here tonight just to give you a quick review to show you my TC Helicon singles pedalboard and just to give you an idea of how it works for me. Not going to go into the spec of each pedal so much tonight, as I'm assuming that if you're watching this you'll already know something about the function of each pedal individually. I'm talking about them functioning as a whole. Right, so with no further ado, okay, pedal board. Now let me talk you through this. First and foremost, if anybody's thinking of putting a set like this together, the very first pedal that you need is one of these, and it's the TC Helicon Voice Tone T1. Now this, as it says on it, adaptive tone and dynamics. This is constantly setting the EQ to your voice to stay within that band which is ideally suited to the human voice. You can alter the shape, you can add more top end or more bass. You have a warmth button, which I prefer on all the time. It can be a little bit clinical, but then again, well, I'm saying that as if it's a bad thing. It really cuts through, but this little button just alters the warmth, gives you a little bit more timbre to your voice. You also have, you can add more compression or more DS. It has a nice DS function on it, which gets rid of the sounds, which can be quite annoying sometimes when you've got quite a toppy PA system. So that's great, and you can see how all my pedals are linked in. They're all daisy chained together into the input, output, input, output, input, output. Okay, so the next in line, I'm showing you this really because this took me about 2 weeks once I'd got all these pedals together to decide which was the best format. This one stays on all the time, the T1, of course, because it's juggling with the sound of my voice constantly. So this one stays on all the time. Now this one, the doubling and detune. This is the voice tone TC Helicon D1. Excellent. You get your a tight double effect, 2 vocals like a double track, but I like the octave up, octave down, and the shout is a blend of the octave up and octave down. Okay, so that's the second one in. Now I got these two together. Third one in is the H1. It's the Intelligent Harmony. Now this lead coming off here, when we're setting up, when we're doing a gig, this goes straight into the mixing desk on one of the auxiliaries from our electric guitarists channel, and it works absolutely brilliantly. Once this is set to guitar, it takes the notes that John's playing as a cue, and then I can sing in harmony. Once that button's stomped, it brings out a big harmony, say for a chorus or whatever. But yeah, brilliant. But that, if you're using a doubling pedal and a harmony pedal together, which sounds absolutely awesome, you can get some great Queen effects with these two pedals together, especially utilising the octave up or the octave down just on its own. It just adds a new dimension to the harmony. But they must go in this order. You must go doubler and then intelligent harmony, because when it picks up the intelligent harmony, it doesn't know which one to double, and it gets a little bit confused and you get a bit of digital noise. But this way it's fine. So it goes T1, D1, H1. Okay. After the H1, we go straight to this one, the echo. This obviously, as I've just said, puts an echo on everything. It doesn't adjust the sound of your vocals coming in through this end, so these two pedals don't get confused. Okay, this just puts an echo, it gives an echo wash to everything, and you've got your slap echo, you've got your musical notations there, musical time signatures, and 2 nice effect echoes there, which I don't really use, but again, a great pedal. You can also make it sound like a WEM copycat if you press the analog. It gives it a tape echo feel. It loses its distinction every time it gives an echo, and wanes out to nothing, which is a really nice touch, which is a great touch. And last but not least, we have the R1. Now the reverb that this pedal gives is just awesome. It can go on all night, and all you have to do is just wind it fully in. If you want a really heavy wash, but I use it somewhere around the factory setting. That's usually enough, just for a nice. This puts a nice reverb wash over all these effects, rounds all the corners off, and it's just they just sound awesome. I love these pedals. I started putting this pedal box together, it's got to be, I got my first pedal about 1.5 years ago, and these are the only 5 I need. It wouldn't have made sense for me buying one of the units that compromises all these effects, because some of the effects like the echo, the tape loop, the sampling effects, I just wouldn't use. So I just bought the pedals I would use. But this works great for us. It's a great setup, as I say, with the cue coming out the auxiliary for the harmony pedal. It's the easiest way to do it. And of course the box I've got it in, where I've got the lid somewhere, I think it's, here we go. All you got to do is put the pedal box on the floor, lift the top off, and you're away. And it's I'm not into advertising things for other people, but it's a Kinsman, and it's exactly the right size. And I've got a bit of memory foam in the top there, just to press against the buttons. Just keeps the pedals all nicely in place. They're actually velcroed into the base of this case, which keeps them pretty firmly in. When you're stomping away all night, you're playing in a pub or a club somewhere, you can imagine these things get pretty much moved around easily, but not with the velcro. It seems to do quite a good job of holding them in. Just quickly, a little 4-gang at the top. I've got one of these. Which one is it? Yeah, I'm not overrunning these power supplies. I could run these just off one of these and then a separate for the other, but I use one pair two, so I'm not overdriving the power supplies. This it's all controlled by the good old TC Helicon MP75 microphone, which gives me complete control over all these. Once the set to mic control, obviously not this one, because this one stays on all the time. The T1, but an excellent setup. If anybody's thinking of putting one of these setups together, excuse me, and you've got a bit of money put aside, I would not hesitate. As I say, I've been singing in bands for over 20 years now, and it's the best setup I've ever had. Mind you, I come from this, which is an old Yamaha R100 reverb processor, and I used this for the best part of 15 years. It's a very basic reverb echo chamber, really, but it's still on the go. It's still a functional item. You know, I keep it in reserve. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. It's been with me that long. We use it for doing studio work with sometimes, but also vocal wise and studio work. Each one of these pedals has a studio preamp in it, and you get no background noise whatsoever, and it does what it says on the tin. TC Helicon, absolutely brilliant. I don't think I would buy another vocal effect product. So that's it, if it's giving you any ideas. And of course this lid just clips on. It's just a stomp box guitar pedal board. I think I got this off eBay. It cost me 24 quid. Yeah, just 24 quid for housing all my pedals. It's absolute bargain. So I'm going to leave you with that. I've shown you my nice pedal board, one that's functional, one that works, and does everything I want it to do. So I don't know, kiddies, what else can I say? Have fun. See you next time.